This is the Report Builder module. It supports creating ratios and concept reports for single companies or for companies within an industry. During the development of a report, we will be referencing the Corporations module to get the necessary codes to run the report. Our use case is to create a ratio of assets to liabilities for the securities brokers, dealers, industry. This is very important because all the Report Builder is doing is collecting and storing the parameters required to run the XQuery script. It's also important to understand the scripts because they can be created without a user interface and limited only by the creativity of the script creator. We will produce other videos which will go into much more detail regarding XQuery script development. For the purposes of this video, it's only important to know the relationship between the user interface and the XQuery script. So this is a script that is run for a ratio. It has two sections, a header and a CData section. This script is actually a template with parameters. The parameters are defined by the user interface and saved as a specification. The report XQuery script is run with the parameters identified in the specification. The basic function of the script is to search through the XML database tables named for a form. It will then group by the company and context. Then the formula is calculated and the additional values are written as a record in the output document. Now for the Report Builder user interface. It has two main panels. On the left are the concepts and the right are the necessary parameters for running the report. The process is to select either the ratio or concept tabs on the right side and select the desired concepts from the left. Once the parameters are entered, you can run the report, which is then saved as an XML file to the XBRL reports results container. Looking closer at the concept tabs, we have all concepts for the current GAP taxonomy, total concepts used by a single corporation, total concepts used by a specific industry, and finally the Yahoo's Financials tab. When building reports, it's necessary to actually know which concepts have been used by a company or an industry, because otherwise you would have to guess and use trial and error to get a report that actually had data. Starting with the All Concepts tab, it represents a complete list of concept names for the selected taxonomy. When you select on a concept name, some additional information is available below in the description and type fields. You can also search for a concept by full or partial name. The search is not case sensitive. You can use the clear button to return to the master list. Back to our basic use case. We want to build a ratio for assets over liabilities for all the companies in the security brokers, dealers industry. We will use the Concepts by Industry tab. The first thing we need to do is locate the SIC code for the industry we're interested in. You can navigate to the Corporations tab and locate one of the companies in that industry. We'll find Morgan Stanley and use the SIC code associated with them. Next, we'll enter the form name we wish to use for the concepts. In this case, we'll choose the 10Q. Next, we'll choose a year to search just to reduce the scanned set of concepts. Now select the Get Concepts button to do the search. When the results are returned to the client, there is some additional processing. The client builds a list of the companies that actually used an individual concept. This helps because we want as complete a set of companies as possible in the report, because not all companies use the same concept. The results are all the concepts used by any company in securities, brokers, dealers, industry for their 10Q reports for the year 2011. Since we're interested in the assets concept, we'll do a search for that concept name. The ratio we're interested in is assets over liabilities, so we'll choose the assets and drag it to the numerator. Next, we'll choose the liabilities and add it to the denominator. We'll choose the form name. In this case, it's the 10Q. We'll choose the Industry radio button and use our SIC code. will then fill in the remaining values. The template name and result doc name are defaulted. We're now ready to execute the report by pressing the Run button. Depending on the report type and the amount of data searched in the XML database, the report can run anywhere from 10 seconds to about a minute or two. When the report is completed, the results will be shown in a pop-up. The results are also written to the XBRL report results container. We can now go to the reports module and view the results in graphical form. This process can be repeated for single companies where you can enter a CIK code instead of an SIC. In either case, the same XQuery template is used and just the parameter values are different. The specification is automatically saved to the XML database and appears in the existing drop-down list.